I would think those that are newly qualified would benefit more from being in a general medical ward or a general surgical ward, and getting more insight across the board to lots of other conditions, before then embarking on taking on a role in oncology or haematology. I just think it kind of, and that's one of the benefits, although I did go into it at a young age, the ward that I worked in had 14 of the haematology beds, but it had 26 medical. So I got good medical knowledge of all the different problems that arose between diabetic patients coming in that were out of control with their sugars, or people post-heart attack, people with pneumonia, people with alcoholic liver disease. Do you know, so I think when you get that more, I'd be advising them to get more general experience before trying to go down a more specialised avenue. And then from a skills and attributes point of view, much as it kind of goes against what I'm saying about how I'm continually battling with my sense of priority and my sense of time management, and not working extra hours with not getting paid for them, you still have to be the type of person that will go the extra mile as well. Because if you can't have the right level of empathy to go, well, if I do this is important to that patient. And that probably goes across all areas of nursing to some sort of extent. But when we know that I don't know what statistically it'd be, but a fair number of our patients may not get better, then small things that you might do that helps them access their appointments more readily, or helps them have less anxiety because everything has been displayed. Like those small things that maybe time consuming can work out to be really important. And that might not only be for the patient, sometimes it's for the family, and sometimes the person that's more stressed and more anxious isn't the patient. Sometimes it's the person that's looking after them.
So we've only 2 questions left.
No worries.
If you could make any changes to your role, is there any changes you would make to it?
Well, I definitely have more than 2 of us in it. It's been great to have 2, but the role that Dee's covering is only it's not even, it's just over a year and a half in existence. So I do think that it'd be good to bring on maybe some nurse-led clinics, because some of the patient cohorts that we look after would be easily managed in a nurse-led context, rather than them seeing SHOs that don't really understand their condition as well. So that would be a positive change, maybe even to have a nurse specialist that's based in the day ward, that's going to follow the patients through that journey in a more streamlined way. Whereas at the moment, because the day ward's shared between the 2 teams, the oncology team and the haematology team together, you've got 6 oncologists and 3 haematologists, so you've got 9 consultant caseloads, all attending a day ward Monday to Friday with only so many slots. So I think a lot of the frustrations our patients feel is in that setting, because there's only so many slots, and then days have to change, and I don't know, logistical things can be stressors for them, just because we don't always have the right amount of space and time available in slots to. So that, and I suppose I'm just I'm in the position where I more look at what would improve the service rather than what I would change about my role. But in improving the service,
that would help.
Then maybe your role wouldn't. Sometimes you can be bleeped in all different directions. And the bleep going off continually can interfere with you having any kind of structure to what you're trying to do. And sometimes even from an education session, a patient, if you're in that education session for 45-50 minutes, or maybe up to an hour if the patient wants more information, and you get 5 bleeps through it, and your train of thought is getting interrupted all the time.
It's hard to focus.
So maybe things like that we should be thinking about changing, and